Welcome, my dear, lovely sister or brother to the Empowered Podcast. It has been a hot minute or many, many, many minutes since I have been here and recorded a new episode for you. And today is the day. Today is the day that my heart called out and said, Deanna, it is time. Kind of like the Lion King Simba moment. I felt like this was the time. I don't know why. And you probably know this about me. Or you know what? Maybe you don't. If we're new to each other, I am a very, very intuitive person. I teach people how to engage with their intuition, how to live a life embodied in intuition. And I'm also very embodied in my feminine energy, which means that I live with a lot of fluidity, a lot of flow, and a lot of spaciousness. I also, if we're new to each other, just so you know, I'm also really balanced in my masculine energy as well. I have super great structure and stability within myself and all around me. So it allows me to have even more of that feminine flow. But I share this with you because I don't remember how long ago it was, maybe 6 months ago, a year ago, I felt the need to pull my energy inward, which meant less podcasts, because as much as I absolutely adore holding this space and offering these insights and sharing my own inner learnings and lessons with you, there was something that was calling me deeper within myself. And when I feel that call, that pull to go inward, I really hold the integrity that it is not for me to blast openly and share across social media, because I feel that I have a strong role to play, because individuals like yourself who are listening to this podcast are absorbing and receiving the energy, the words, and the things that I'm sharing with you. So I don't want to be in a place of deep, deep, deep healing or deep, deep, deep exploration on really deep levels and be sharing that with you from the place of that new learning. I like to share from a place where I've already settled. I've become neutral again. And I suppose what's really exciting, I didn't even realize this, that means that right now, from everything I've been alchemizing and growing through and shifting through and learning and expanding within myself with for the past, I think year and a half, I'm neutral. Oh, that feels incredible. I'm so happy I get to share that with you. It's actually really interesting because I was just, I was on Facebook Messenger with one of my amazing clients, and something that I love offering with my coaching clients is we have our regular structured schedule. So we usually have sessions every 2 weeks. And this is that sense of the masculine structure, ensuring that our nervous system can feel safe knowing another session is coming up. But there's always support in between sessions too, which isn't always needed, because sometimes, my clients are really incredible at just alchemizing their own energy, moving through things that are coming up for themselves. But sometimes you get triggered, you get caught off guard, things become too much. And I absolutely love the fact that I get to just be in an energetic state where when one of my amazing clients that I love so deeply reaches out to me and says, whoa, I'm not okay, help, I'm able to just show up for them. So we just did some really powerful work of alchemizing the hurt, the anger, the fear that she was experiencing around a specific situation that occurred, and helped her to process it through her body and alchemize it into a place of love. And so often when it comes to coaching, we focus very much on just coming to the positive. Like, let's just kind of push that to the side. And what do you want in your life? And that's not the way that I coach. And I don't think that that's the way that is of the greatest service to all, because every emotion that we have is valuable. Every thought that we have is valuable, and every emotion and thought emits an energetic frequency. Now, so often we have emotions like hurt, anger, sadness, and fear, and grief as well, and we don't like them. They're not comfortable. Or sometimes we are worried, or we have some trauma from the past that if we really open ourselves to feel it, we're going to get stuck there. And one of the things that I love supporting my clients to do is learning how to alchemize the energy. And to alchemize, it really just means to take it from what it is and help it transmute and transform into something else. And the reason that's more important is we're not stuffing it down. We're not pushing it to the side. We're not bypassing it. We're not just pretending it's not there and looking to something more positive. We're actually utilizing the energy that is there within that fear, within that worry, within that anger, that sadness. And we're embodying it in an essence of love, because love is the highest frequency. Love is the highest frequency. That's why it feels so good to be in love, to feel love, to express love, to receive love. But that doesn't mean that fear doesn't matter or sadness doesn't matter. We want to help alchemize and transmute that energy into a higher frequency, not because we need to be a good person or we're supposed to or we should, in air quotations, because that's why we're here, because we have the ability to do so. And that, my friends, is magic. And I absolutely love it. I love having my own coaches that I work with that support me. I love having my soul sisters, my dear friends, my family that all support me in doing that as well. And of course, at times doing it on my own when I feel capable and able to. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about coaching. I don't know what your thoughts are, your beliefs, your ideas, your experience with coaches is. I have no idea what your history is. But I know that before I became a coach, I had a bit of a stigma in my head that to be a coach meant you had to have your life together. Like it meant you needed to be walking the talk, basically. Like you needed to not have any shit going on. And if you did have anything that was uncomfortable or you hadn't figured out yet or da 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 da, you couldn't be a coach because how could you teach from that place? Well, one of the things I learned is that to be a powerful, impactful, transformational coach has nothing to do with what you've already got figured out. It has to do with how you hold space. How you hold space. That's one of the key fundamental components of being a very impactful coach. Because I can teach so many things. That's why I have multiple courses. That's why I have the Intuition Series course. That's why I have Embodied Abundance course, which you might not know about yet, but it's coming later this year. That's why I have these different courses because I get to teach in that aspect. But when it comes to coaching, it's not about teaching. It's about holding such sacred space that the individual can do the work themselves because they already know how to. You listening to this right now or watching this video, you know how to alchemize energy. You've done it your whole life. You might not be conscious of it. You might not be fully aware of it. That's okay. That's something that I can help support you with. But the key thing is that you don't need me to fix you. Nobody needs to be fixed. We are here incarnated in this incredible human body at this crazy time of life when there's just like, I don't even know what's happening in the world. We are here on purpose. And I fully believe and know and trust and have zero doubt that every single one of my clients is an incredible healer. They know how to heal themselves. That is a requirement of being human. Now, that doesn't mean maybe for their entire life, maybe they haven't had the right resources or situational experience or opportunities around them to start to actualize their own inner abilities. And that's why some people are drawn to coaches. And I just want you to know that when it comes to hiring a coach, when it comes to bringing somebody on to support you, whether you're looking for life coaching or business coaching or health coaching or any other type of support, don't go to the ones that have the perfect marketing. Don't go to the ones that have the biggest network. Don't go to the ones, well, unless you feel it, but don't go to certain individuals because of what you see externally. Only hire a coach if you feel an energetic and intimate, heart-centered connection. If you feel safe with the individual, then you are going to get greater results. They may have the most epic, incredible program that they want to invite you into, but if you don't feel safe or seen or acknowledged or heard when you're with that individual, you are not going to get the results that you want. It's just not going to happen because you are the one creating the results, not them. They can give you template after template after template, but you are the one that is actually doing the work. So my darling, when it comes to hiring a coach, go with your inner gut. Go with your heart. Go with your intuition. When you feel safe with another human being, that is when you're going to create results. Even if that individual, maybe they're going to push you. Maybe they're a very masculine, strong, driven coach, and that's what you need. And you need someone to get on your butt and make you do the things. Fantastic. Do you feel safe with them? Do you feel safe to receive that guidance? Do you feel safe to receive that motivation from them? If so, fantastic. Do it. Go. I totally recommend it. I love working with coaches. I love being a coach. It's just been one of my favorite things. I mean, I think it's been 7 years now that I've been coaching. And sometimes, often, like every day, I just pause and take a look at my life and look at the amount of freedom and flexibility that I've created, and look at the fact that I can receive a Facebook message from someone and I have the space and capacity to just sit and be with her in real time while she's going through something. And she's one of like 25 of my clients. I have a lot of clients, and I also have an amazing team that supports me. And I'm in awe of what has been able to be created from that one moment when I decided I'm going to take my coach certification. I'm going to become a coach. And it wasn't easy to do so. I was scared. It was a hefty investment. I think it was like 6,000 American. So what is that? Probably like 8,000 Canadian or something. And it was a lot of money, and I was uncomfortable. And I knew that I wanted to. I knew it would be really valuable, but of course I had every doubt in the book. I had so many fears. I didn't know how I was going to make it work. It was going to be such a commitment. Was I actually going to have any clients? Would I be a good coach? Was I too young? Was I too old? I had all of the thoughts. And I do not regret a single moment of this experience that I've had of building this incredible business, being a coach, holding space, seeing others transform. Oh, it's amazing. And one of my favorite things is when a client and I work together. So for maybe like 6 months or so, or maybe a year. And then it comes towards the end and we get to have that session where we talk about the amazing ways in which they've changed. And we look at I keep notes on everything. I'm a classic. I write down on paper everything. I don't do anything on my computer for my coaching sessions. I write it all on paper, and I keep everybody in these beautiful, beautiful folders. And I go back to the very first time we connected, and I point out, these are the things that you were looking to embody. This is what you were struggling with. This is what you really desired to create in your life. And so often, just when I verbalize that to them, within like 6 months, they go, I can't even remember that version of me. I'm so far beyond that now. I'm such a different person now. And that's why my new one-on-one coaching program, which I launched a couple months ago, is called Quantum Alchemy, because it's all about using your alchemization, becoming the alchemist of your life, and playing in the quantum field. In the quantum field, time doesn't matter. So 6 months can feel like a lifetime, and 6 months can feel like an instant. And it's when we start playing in the quantum field and we alchemize the energy that is flowing through our body and our thoughts, our emotions, our experience, that's when we start creating true transformation and lasting transformation. This is why I love what I do. And I wanted to let you know that I have something very exciting coming up. It's going to, right now, this is towards the end of July, and this is going to be happening somewhere, I think, in the middle of August. I'm going to be offering a really fun, interactive, free training in my Facebook group, Empowered Woman Collective. And this is for every individual who has some form of, like the label I'm using is like a side gig healer. So not a side gig hustle, a side gig healer. So someone who has maybe you have your own business and maybe you support others with EFT tapping, or you teach meditation, or you hold circles in your community, or, in some way you are offering a healing service to others. And this could be products or services, primarily services, but products or services. But it's a little bit more of a side gig. Even if you want it to be a full-time gig, even if that is your sole focus, you're not receiving the money that you need yet, or you just don't have the roster of clients, or maybe you're not actually having the long-term impact on your clients that you're wanting to. So it's kind of this idea of it's a side gig healer, a side gig healing practice. So I'm calling everyone who identifies in this way to come and join me for this training, because I'm going to walk you through what I believe to be the 5 keys that we need in order to go from that side gig piece into truly stepping into owning your role as a holistic leader. Because when you are a solid, powerful, holistic leader, your clients are magnetized to you. Your financial success comes with more ease. Your ideas drop in from the quantum field like that. Things start falling into place. But I've come across a lot of, especially women, a lot of human beings who have started amazing businesses or side businesses because they want to serve and support. They want to help. It's this idea of like the starving healer or the starving artist. I'm so done with it, you guys. The fact is, if you are starving, how are you offering healing or art to others? How? Your basic needs are not being met, right? So in this training, I'm not going to talk a lot about money. I'm going to talk more about the inner workings as to how we can shift internally and alchemize our own energy so that it ripples out into our business, which then ripples out into our entire life and interaction with the world. I'm really excited. And so that's coming up sometime in August. And then also throughout the month of August, I am offering something brand new. You may not have ever heard this from me before. If you follow me on Instagram, maybe you have in my stories. I have developed a certification course so that you or someone that you know can become certified as an empowerment coach. That's right. I'm going to be training coaches, guys. I'm going to be teaching them everything that I have learned from my coach training, from working with my own coaches, from my 7+ years experience working with clients. And it's not going to be the type of coaching that you may be thinking. It's going to be the type of coaching that fully encompasses your natural gifts. It's going to be very organic, holistic, and intuitive. So there's even an entire section in the course based around what are your natural talents? What are your current certifications or skill sets that you've gained from your experience in life? We're going to dive into who you are as an individual and really mold the coaching style around that so that it becomes second nature. Because remember how I said, the side gig healer, you're over here trying to make things work and you don't really have the pieces in place. And then we're going to step into your power. Step into you and your power as this holistic leader. Well, I'm really envisioning that everyone who becomes an empowerment coach in this course, you will step into your power. You'll get out of your own way. Because the worst thing that you can have is a coach who's really worried about the outcome of the session. Then they're making it all about them. And they think that they have to make some sort of big transformation happen for their client. Otherwise, why is their client even paying them? Well, if you really break that down, that's all still focused on the coach. That's not how we coach. That's how we just get people to pay us for our own therapy, basically, for seeing our own triggers being blasted into our face. That's not what I'm about. Absolutely not. So if that's something that you love, don't join my course. But if becoming a coach is something that you've been curious about, I'm going to be sharing a lot more about this through the month of August. So the course is called the Empowerment Coaching Certification, and it's actually under a brand new company that I've started called Embodied Leadership Academy. So in the coming months and years, you're going to see a lot more courses and trainings and resources brought under this Embodied Leadership Academy lens. And the very first one that I'm offering is the Empowerment Coaching Certification. So the course is for 5 months. We're starting at the end of August. It goes into January. And by January, you'll be working with clients. And I'm going to support you to actually get those clients coming and working with you. And one of the many things that I love about the course is all throughout, you're going to be actually coaching immediately. Like week 1, we're getting you into coaching. For those of you who've been considering joining and just heard that and went, what? And got a little scared, take a breath. Put a smile on your face, move your jaw, move it all around, maybe roll your shoulders. We're creating space in the body. This is how we alchemize energy, you guys. Creating space in the body so that you can come into the knowing that it's okay to have the fear and do it anyway. When I say you're going to be coaching in the first week, I don't mean you're supposed to be an expert coach by the first week. I mean, you're going to practice holding space. I mean, you're going to practice having conversation with some of the other students so that you get that practice, you get that experience, so that when it comes time for you to actually have clients come in and pay you, ain't no thing, sister. You're ready. You've got the confidence. You've got the ability to release yourself and show up of service for them. So exciting, right? So all of that is coming up in this month of August. So stay tuned. If you're not following me on Instagram, come hang out, Deanna Deacon Coaching. And my Insta stories are an obsessive amount of pictures and videos of Dixie and nature, as well as a few of me on my little soapbox rants. Sometimes those come out too. And if you hang out on Facebook, in the Empowered Woman Collective is my Facebook group where the training that I mentioned before is going to be coming up. I think it'll be around August 16th or 23rd or something. I can't remember. I mapped it all out, but I can't remember the dates yet. So just stay tuned. You'll get all the details if you're in the group. I'll make sure that I post it in there. And if you know anyone that is either looking to hire a coach, is curious about quantum alchemy and this concept of alchemizing your energy, or just wants to hang out with me, go ahead and share this podcast with them so that they can get access. They can come into this community and we can all be here together. I love you all so much. Mwah. Chat soon.